Join us as we traverse through time and space.
On another episode of whatever this is.
All right, break.
Here we go. Sarah gone rogue. Anyway, here we are. This is the Revolutionary War Cemetery here in Salem, New York. I'm hoping you can read that. Anyway, Southern Washington County. We're going to head on in. This place is on the National Register of Historic Places. Has a pretty cool, you can use a QR code to, have a tour. Anyway, here's an information mailbox with information. Who's been here, what everybody is, who's here, who's there. Anyway, so if you want a detailed tour, come and check it out. Salem, New York. Here in Southern Washington County. So we're going to kind of go walk to the back to come back to the front. So you'll notice that there are these big mounds here. These are burial mounds, very much indicative of the people that came here from Scotland and Ireland. This is how they buried their dead, in a mound. And there's several here, and then there's some in the back as well. But this is a great cemetery. It has many, I can't even count, examples of Zerubbabel Collins and James. And I think there's even a Charles in here. We'll see if we can find it. But the cemetery faces the back. So as soon as we get to the back, we'll turn around and make our way to the front. So here we are. We're getting there. There's some more mounds in the back. Little spot in here, side of fence. This is one of my favorite cemeteries. It's got some beautiful, beautiful old marble stones that were probably carved right across the border in Shaftesbury. In fact, I know they were. Zerubbabel Collins had a stone quarry there and was quite a prolific carver, and his son took over his work and created his own style, and his son Charles also carved in his own style. But it seemed that James finished up Zerubbabel's work after his death, and there's some interesting crossovers in this cemetery, in fact. So here we are. We're back to the back. And most of these graves are facing this way, which is west. I'm taking it back here to a interesting crossover. Would have been a James, late James. It's almost like James was like, well, if I can't carve faces, I don't want to carve it all. And he had did a little switch over to the mourning style. Early 1800s is back here. They keep this cemetery beautiful, getting it ready for Memorial Day. Anyway, here it is. So the James crossover. See the willow and the James with what we always kind of laugh about, Griff and I, about the drop wing. Anyway, this is Lieutenant Richard. Died in 1801. Anyway, and that's the crossover style. And then this is also James without the willow. And he has that telltale look, the low wing, the little face. Little side here and very, very plain edges. Anyway, we'll find you a really good example of a Zerubbabel. And there's some beautiful ones in here. They've cleaned up these stones. They keep this cemetery quite beautiful. Of course, we're coming up on the 250th anniversary of our beautiful nation. And people that fought in that war are buried here. Many, many unmarked graves are here. In fact, the people, the men that fought in Stillwater, aka Saratoga, they're buried here. They said, I read something somewhere about a wagon full of bodies coming to be buried here. Anyway, this is a beautiful, beautiful stone. Look at that. Let's just brush that grass off it. In memory of Polly, daughter of, not sure, died July 18, 1794 in the not sure a year of her age, but then this is a because of the age 1794, Zerubbabel had gone past now, so this was, James finished this up, and James did a very plain side, the cabinet piece. It was not ornate, not like Zerubbabel, and there's one right over here. It's a beautiful example. Oh my gracious. Zerubbabel had a way of all these pieces and parts. And this could have been a late Zerubbabel, finished by James, I'm not sure. 1791. Remember, man, as you pass by, as you are now, for once was I not there. As I am now, so will you be. Prepare to die and follow me. Well, you're a cheerful soul. All righty, here's another one. See, I told you this cemetery is just chocked full. Beautiful. A little quick pan. There's 3 in a row over there. Let's see what we have. I just love the cherub faces anyway. Oh, this is Mrs. Agnes Adams. She was a consort of John Adams, who died July 3rd, 1793. She's 77 years old. A beautiful stone. Again, that Collins carving. Crew, there's an alliteration for you. Anyway, there is a another wife, another consort of John Adams, and daughter of John and Mrs. Jane King. And she died in 1794, and she was 47. So that is a beautiful stone. Look at those eyes. Oh. And it'll look right back at you. A little wee mouth. And then here's John Adams. He died in 1795. He was 40 years old. And another beautiful stone. Now, this is an interesting stone in memory of St. John Honeywood, Esquire, who died 1798, 36 years old. But the interesting part is the engraving of the numbers. Let's see, the 7 and the 9 with that long drop. That is a classic Charles signature. And then you can see over here, boop, 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 right there. That's part of the Salem Voices from the Grave. And you can hear all sorts of interesting stories. There's a story of a witch who was saved by the Revolutionary War. And she was about to be hung. And the war came through and stopped everything, and then she wasn't. Just like that. All right. Well, here we are. Here's some other examples of some faces. This could possibly be Charles. Again, I look at the 7. It's hard to see. He was a real shallow carver. This little drop on the number 7 and 9 had kind of a teardrop end to it. There's another guy. And these are 1799. Hard to know. Lots of veterans in here, and the size of the stones are mammoth. It's hard to give you an idea of scale, but they're, well, you know, good 5 feet plus. There's some fix-it work. Another one of these wonderful faces. 1791. You can see lots of flags are out for Veterans Day. As this is a Revolutionary War cemetery, you could surely bet that there are lots of veterans that are buried here. Some with new stones, replacements, and some with the old. This person came from Ireland, departed this life in, let's see if we can see, in peace. 1783 on March, I don't know, 21st it looks like. Oh, relentless death. Oh, look at you. It's the body. The body lies here. Now, back to here. I get so distracted. See a squirrel and I zip off. All right, here we go. A memento mori on this guy. Mrs. Grizzy Maxwell, wife of Colin Maxwell, who died in March 15, 1793, 23 years old. Depart, my friends, dry up your tears. Here I must lay till Christ appears. Jinkies. And this one is in memory of, we've got an oh, relentless death in memory of Robert McClellan, who died August 24th, 89. And this person was 73. And just so much more to see. And most of these, practically all of these, are carved out of marble, but there is one over here that is a different material. Also an interesting stone. It's just 2 of them I see now. But no slates over here. A lot of slate stones over, well, once you get a little further north. Oh, here's this red stone. I'm not sure what it is. It's ironstone or something. And then there's another one right up here. This one has a little face on it. Here lies the body of James Turner, who departed this life 15 February of 1773, age 38 years. And it's a different style face altogether. And I see that style elsewhere. This cemetery is just chock full of Collins carvers. Just full. There's another one. We start to kind of look for that shape, that telltale shape. Extra little clover leaf. And here's a Charles, looks like. Little face. Here's a beauty. Died August 1793, 92. 19 years. A young man, Thomas Dick. Archibald, 23. Same year. I wonder if there was something that came through at that point in time. Not sure. Anyway. Oh, they're just so cute. I just love these stones. I love the flowers. The different motifs. Daniel McClary. And some more. Oh, Captain Edward Long. He was born in 1739. Don't often get that information. Captain Edward Long, born October 22nd, 1739, and died October 18th, 1792. In the 52 years. He died much lamented by his wife. Oh, check this out. This is something you don't often see. You see it? Where is it? There it is. Priced $12. That's how much this stone cost in 1792. $12. That's a lot. Here's some beauties. Another consort. Another one. Nathan Morgan, Esquire. There's a beauty over here. Dana, the late consort of Joshua Conkey, Esquire, one of the first settlers in the town, supported the character of a careful and affectionate wife, a tender parent, a peaceable and good neighbor, virtuous and industrious woman. After short illness, she died on the 2nd day of June, 54 years of age. And it's, where's Griff when I need him? Roman numerals, and I can't do that fast. That just boggles my old brain. Anyway, a beautiful stone and flowers. And here's Joshua Conkey. He has a replacement stone. And he also served in the Revolutionary War in the New York militia. And we're working our way back up to our mounds. We get further on in, and we get these morning style urns with the willows. And they're beautiful in their own right. But give me a Zerubbabel Collins any day. Samuel Dwight. Any of them, really. I do love the faces. I think they're fun. I've seen lots of different kinds. And every time I see something different, it makes me really excited. So, anyway, I hope you get out and explore a cemetery around you soon. And if you're looking for a good cemetery to come and check out, especially this one, it has interactive QR codes and a story, and it's freshly mowed, getting ready for Memorial Day. And it celebrates the 250th year of our nation's birth. Well, Salem, New York, it's not far, not close. depending where you are. Anyway, that's it. Sarah Gone Rogue, over and out.